I want to talk about emotional walls that make us sick. Hi, I'm Dr. Lisa Ann Homick from Homick Advanced Chiropractic, and this is Brain Snob, episode number 75. And I do want you to be a brain snob. It's not an insult, it's a high compliment. It means you know enough about your brain so you can give yourself amazing life experiences. We need your full participation in the world. You cannot do that with an impaired brain. Not only can you not participate in the world, but an impaired brain is a disease magnet, and we want you to have a performing brain. And we want you to be that ripple effect in your community. So I want to talk about the emotional walls that make us sick. So let's name a few of them. Happy, sad, angry, fear. These are emotions that can keep us sick. Yeah, even happiness can keep us sick. What am I talking about? Well, people who are happy are, we could say, happy-go-lucky. Just everything's going for them, and they're just in a great state. Everything's going the way they want it to go, and they're pleased and they're satisfied, and they take things as they come and don't get too freaked out, too overloaded, and that is great. So the happy person who's in a lot of emotional state of happiness sounds great. But there's one downside to that. Sometimes they're in denial. Sometimes they don't realize that they need to be a little bit more proactive with prevention, because sometimes they're a little bit feeling like Superman, immortal, and nothing can bother them, and they are the exception to the rule, that nothing is dangerous to them, nothing's going to hurt them. And I felt that way sometimes in my life, and just take for granted, because everything's happening easily. You're on autopilot. So we don't want to overlook proactive things and preventive things. So nothing wrong with being happy, but take it down a notch and think about the things that need to be attended to so you're not surprised by an accident or a stressful event or something like that. So that's the happy wall of just denial and not worrying. We don't want to worry, because that's our next one. Worrying that's a behavior where you are constantly thinking the worst, and it's okay. You want to have a plan B ready, and the worriers are going to have plan B, plan C, plan D ready. And so there's some good points to that, but in the long run, it's going to wear down your immune system. Your brain is going to get fatigued, and that's when sickness comes along. We don't want to have that happen either. So worrying and fear, sometimes when somebody's in just a severe state of fear, they're feeling hopeless, they're feeling defenseless, and that weakens the immune system as well, and the nervous system is not going to be working appropriately. Just it reaches that point of exhaustion. How about sadness? When you have that emotion of sadness, you're kind of stuck. There's grief, and when somebody is sad, they're in a holding pattern. They're not functioning very well. So all the normal routine things go by the wayside. Just everything stops, comes to a grinding halt. All the things that you're doing good for yourself, no longer interesting. You find them no longer interesting, and you're just done. You're in this cocoon of sadness and self-protection, and why should I bother doing anything anymore? So that is going to put somebody into sickness, and we want to avoid that as well. That's another emotional wall that can interfere with your nervous system and your brain's functioning. Then there's anger. People can get angry over anything that just seems to attack their sense of what things should be. Anger is an appropriate emotion when something has been done unfairly to you. So that is appropriate. And anger helps us keep going and solve those problems. It gives us that extra burst of energy. So that would be the adrenaline boost. And getting things done, getting right to the heart of the matter. That anger can help with that. Anger also can put up this self-protection, this excessive self-protection mode of keep away, keep away from me, and I am going to avoid things that really set me off and make me angry. So that's not the best way to live either. Maybe there's some isolation going on, self-imposed isolation, and that can interfere with relationships. Maybe that can bring on loneliness, and that's not healthy either. So that can wear out your immune system as well. From the adrenal forefront, the heart gets weakened, the brain is on high alert too much, and that's exhausting as well. So all of this can start out highly energetic, and sometimes we misread that energy as something good, but then it drops down to just total exhaustion. And that's on my safety stability chart that I have hanging in the office, and I borrow this from the polyvagal theory. Vagus nerve, meaning the vagus nerve is where we get our healing and resting from, and when you're not in that vagus state, you are going to be heavy in the fight or flight. Or the other extreme is you're in the freeze or faint. You don't want to be in either side of this chart. You want to be feeling safe and stable most of the time. And when you are in these other states of hyperness and you want to reset promptly, you don't want to stay in these. These are dangerous states. You don't want to stay in them long. You want to reset promptly and get back to safety and stability. So what is going to do that? I've got one more emotion that will get you there, and I call it curiosity. Curiosity is what keeps you going. It keeps you interested in finding new patterns for your life, new routines for your life. Curiosity helps you find a new balance when you're out of balance, when you're in a rut. Curiosity is what makes new connections in your brain. Curiosity is when you want to learn, when you have that desire to put more information in your brain and read more and study more and ask more questions. That state of curiosity is good for the brain. And I suppose you could get too hyper curious, and maybe that's a possibility, but hopefully you've got good friends who help you channel that curiosity in a positive way and use it without getting too I don't know, too curious. Maybe I'm too curious and people don't like that because I'm a real nerd. I'm always looking things up and reading and studying. So I don't know if I've hit that point yet. Please tell me, but I would like to be a brain snob and teach other people how to be a brain snob. I want that curiosity to be up there. Usually we are dealing with lack of energy and just struggling to regain our energy. And so we can't even get to the point of curiosity when we're just too down and out, maybe with too much anger, too much fear, and too much sadness. And we can get to a better balance. So I can help you understand how your brain works and how to make your brain be the best working tool so you can have a lot of control over life situations and feel like you understand what's going on with your body, how to be in sync with your body, and how to be highly functional. And think about those emotional walls that do make you sick. They're kind of good clues that help you decide when to slow down, when to take a little break for yourself, and when to give yourself lighten the load so you can work through these emotions and not tax your brain too much. But I want you to learn about the BFA protocol, Brain First Always, get that healing map for the journey so you've got a framework to use. And I want you to ask me about the coaching program that helps you delve into your own situation more deeply with more specificity, and we can make everything, what's the word I'm looking for? It's time for lunch. We make it your style. We help you do it in your way. We use your personality, and we will, what's that word? I'm going to have to stop the video and look it up in the dictionary. I want to make it unique to you. Type that word in the comments. I think it begins with the letter C, and I'm just having this little brain moment here. And I'll confess, my sleep has been lousy since changing the clocks, and I hate it. So I got a little anger going on there, but I'm going to get some more sleep, I promise, and because that's the easiest thing you can do for your health. It doesn't cost any money. Get some good sleep, and we will get a program that is unique to you based on what you want to do for your goals, so you can make your brain and make your life. Listen to more of these videos and hit the notification bell, hit the subscription link, and hit the like button. Please share it. If you know somebody who's struggling with a less functioning brain and emotionally they're trying to figure out what they can do best to put themselves in the right direction, send them to coaching, because we will customize it. That's the word I was looking for. Customize it to your own specific goals. I thank you for watching, and look for the next video. Take care.